So news broke yesterday that Disney might be buying Fox. Well, not all of Fox. Everything except their news and sports broadcasting section. This news is not rumors. They have been in talks about doing this. They are not currently still in talks, but the on-again, off-again nature of these talks means that it might be happening. That's a train going by. So what does this mean? This means that, according to Fox, they want to be focusing more on their news and sports broadcasting, reporting, entertainment stuff. But more importantly, and what everyone has been talking about, this means that Marvel will now have the rights to the X-Men movies and the Fantastic Four movies, but no one wants to really talk about that. So what does all of that mean? I thought the X-Men were Marvel superheroes. I see the Marvel logo at the beginning of all of the X-Men movies. Calm down, I'm gonna explain to you. So, on the most simple terms, in terms of the most popular superheroes, we have Marvel, which is like Captain America, Spider-Man, X-Men, Iron Man. Over here, we have DC, which is Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, Flash, Arrow, over here. All of these guys, all owned by Warner Brothers. All the TV shows and movies that you see of these guys, all Warner Brothers. Easy peasy. Marvel's where it gets complicated. So their business was failing a number of years ago. So in order to make money, they sold the rights to some of their characters to movie companies. So they still have the rights to make comic books and other stuff with these characters, but in terms of film rights, they sold Spider-Man and all of the characters related to him, like Venom, Carnage, Black Cat. Those guys belong to Sony, which is why we had two Spider-Man movie series before this, the one starring Tobey Maguire, that went well but then fizzled out, and the Andrew Garfield one, which critics and fans alike just hated, hence they stopped making those and made a deal with Marvel, who were making more successful superhero movies to include Spider-Man in the main Marvel movies.
Alright, I've run out of patience. On to roost!
Hey everyone.
And the other section that's important to talk about is Fox. Fox owns the right to the X-Men and to the Fantastic Four. With all that comes like Deadpool, Wolverine, Professor X, anyone in the X-Men movies or the Fantastic Four movies, which have all been sucky. Fox has owned the rights to those, which is why you have not yet seen a movie with Wolverine and Captain America, for example, even though that'd be really cool. But now that Fox might be selling those rights to Disney, and Disney owns Marvel, that means that Marvel will then have the rights, if this were to go through, to have the X-Men characters meet up with the Avengers characters that we all know and love. That has a lot of cool implications. Ever since the Sony Marvel deal, where Marvel gets to use Spider-Man in like Civil War and Spider-Man Homecoming, people have been talking about, well, maybe they can strike a similar deal with Fox and they can get Wolverine over there, because Hugh Jackman said he would come back to the role if it were in an MCU or Avengers movie. But now they might get the whole shebang, so you've got everything. And with that comes some upsides and some downsides. So the upsides would be Wolverine joining the Avengers. That'd be dope. And also another upside that not too many people are talking about is the Fantastic Four. Their movies have sucked. Their Fox movies, garbage. Really bad, especially Fantastic.
Why? I'm no good to you, to anyone. This is all my fault.
That we can agree on.
Marvel has been doing exceedingly well with strange, fun group films. Avengers being the first one, Guardians of the Galaxy being the most obvious example, Thor Ragnarok even being similar to that in vein. So the Fantastic Four movie done by the current people making all of the Marvel Avengers movies seems like it's a match made in heaven. That would be fantastic, and plus them being in the MCU would build a lot of momentum in the MCU now that contracts and actors who are playing characters like Iron Man, Thor, Captain America might be running out. I don't know that for sure. Don't attack me. I don't know that for sure. I don't know. If they are leaving, they've been building up Tom Holland as Spider-Man to kind of like be the successor of Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man, as being like the face of the series, being the fun guy that's like running the whole show in terms of like people are like, oh, he's in this one, I love him. That's why he was in Spider-Man Homecoming, so they could like kind of pass the torch off or start the process of that, because Robert Downey Jr. is getting a little bit old.
I think with a little more mentoring, could be a real asset to the team.
To the team?
Yeah, anyway. It's about 50 reporters behind that door. Real ones, not bloggers. When you're ready, why don't you try that on? And I'll introduce the world, the newest official member of the Avengers, Spider-Man.
But if they had the Fantastic Four, that would be really cool. And even though Hugh Jackman said that Logan is his last time playing Wolverine, which I believe he wasn't lying, he also has mentioned that he would love to play that character again in the Avengers. So that'd be fun. But downsides. Deadpool. Deadpool is one of the most unique, mainstream, modern superhero movies that has come out because of its R rating and its committal to what has made the character so successful in the comics books, namely his off-brand sense of humor.
That does it! Oh! Canada! That's not good.
Wade, please.
Cockshot! Oh, your poor wife.
Disney owning that and trying to appeal to the mass audience, there's a fear, and I kind of agree with it, that they'd try to tone Deadpool down, or they wouldn't handle it correctly. That's a legitimate concern. I'm worried about that. Something else that could be a problem with Marvel having the X-Men under their branch would be the X-Men's franchise has started to begin to explore doing different things than the standard superhero movie. You know what I'm talking about. Like their main X-Men films of late, Days of Future Past, Apocalypse, have been standard cookie cutter superhero movies, even though one did it better than the other. But Deadpool and Logan have not been the standard superhero films, and they did really well, and they are really good. Marvel getting their hands on that, everything might start to feel standard and cookie cutter. Like Thor Ragnarok, the Chris Hemsworth and the director, oh shoot, I know his name, I just forget what and the director have been priding themselves on doing something different for the Thor character, which, yes, Thor Ragnarok is a different Thor movie, but it's a standard superhero movie without a doubt. They just made it a bit more like Guardians of the Galaxy. It was fun. I mean, it was done really well, but it's extremely standard. If you go in expecting a fun superhero movie, you know exactly what you're going to get. You're not getting any surprises there. So Marvel and Disney might do all of that to every single X-Men movie also, which would be upsetting. And that would mean that the most creative and unique stuff is coming out of DC, and their track record is 1 for 4 as of late. I don't like those odds. So all of this is hypothetical speculation. The only thing we know for certain is that Fox has talked to Disney about the possibility of this. We don't know for sure that it's happening. We don't know for sure what the results of that would be. But they would be far and wide, including Disney also owning The Simpsons, which would be weird. But anyway, I digress. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think of these developments down below, what you're excited for, what maybe you're a bit worried about if Disney were to buy out these Fox companies, besides having a monopoly on the entertainment industry and capitalism and all that. Alright. Have a good week.